the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original eSport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here for the eSpeed Sport as they present the eCaneCPA.com 50 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I am your host for tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and I want to thank you all so very much for joining me here tonight. 18 drivers out on track, 50 laps in order for all our drivers participating in this eSpeed Sport Select Series. Right now, the 18 machine of Jeremy Root, one of the drivers out on track for this practice session. But we do got some things to cover before we start racing. Tonight's race is brought to you by Edward Kane, certified public accountant. You can find them at eCaneCPA.com. Also, USAFirearms.com. Not only are they our sponsor here in the race, but they are also our point sponsor. And we will get to that in just a little bit. Big Time Racing League. And of course, yes, Racing Association. So as the drivers make their way to Indianapolis for race number 3, our point standings coming into the third race of the season is currently tied at the top of this board. Jeff Mills, Presley Sora, both drivers with 84 points. Scott Lamp sitting in third, Brian Zimmerman fourth, Austin Burdick in the 5 machine, just 10 points out of the top spot, along with Nick Barisi. A lot of ties going on here. Jason Jackson, Lawrence Shaughnessy. This battle is very close. Race number 3, 8 races on the schedule. The green up flag flies on our qualifying session. But with 8 races on the schedule, 2 drop weeks are allowed. However, if you run all 8 races, you will be awarded 5 bonus points. And with how close everything is right now, those 5 bonus points could be the game changer. Jeff Mills, Presley Sora tied at 84 apiece. If one of those drivers misses a race, just think how big that 5 points is going to be if the other one makes all 8 races. So Indianapolis Motor Speedway, big 2.5 mile track. Weather conditions are so perfect for this race here tonight. Track temp right at a cool 114 degrees. Very gentle breeze out of the north as the 66 and Nick Barisi making his way out on track to begin his qualifying lap. Drivers have 5 minutes in total to complete 2 laps. So you have got to get out there in a hurry and get started on your warm-up lap, your out lap, whatever you want to call it, and get rolling so you can get in your fast qualifying time. Alex Harris in the 74 machine, making his way across the start finish line. He's going to send it off into turn number 1. The 10 machine of Ed Kane out on track. Coming up off at turn number 4 onto the front stretch. Presley Sora in the 98. Tied for the points lead. Right now he is sitting in first place on the qualifying charts. One of 5 drivers to turn a lap time. Right now pole position is a 54.047. Brandon Sheffield in the 96, making his first start of this scheduled 8 races. Jackson Trin in the 25. Right now he is 7th place, gonna fall down to 8th place in qualifying. He makes his way down this long Indianapolis backstretch. Kyle Martinson in the 77 machine. Right now he finds himself in 5th place. Jeff Mills, the other one, sitting on top of our points championship standings. Right now he is qualified in 9th place. So as our qualifying session begins to wind down, we are gonna step away, play our national anthem, and we will be back to bring you tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid for tonight's eCaneCPA.com. And that means it is time to go through our starting lineup. Row number 1, the 98 of Presley Sora and the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. Row number 2, the 96 of Brandon Sheffield and the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Row 3 will be the 83 of Alan Wilson and the 97 of Austin Burdick. Row 4 will be the 74 of Alex Harris and the 66 of Nick Barisi. Row 5 will be the 18 of Jeremy Root and the 33 of Roger Gregory. Row 6 will be the 86 machine, piloted by Jason Jackson, and the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. Row 7 will be the 11 of Robbie Hartpence and the 89 of Jeff Mills. Row 8 will be the 25 of Jackson Trin and the 71 of Rocky Hartpence. Row 9 will be the 10 machine of Ed Kane and the 48 of Curtis Yancey. And that is tonight's starting lineup as the drivers roll out from their gridding positions. 48 machine and the 10 bringing up the tail end of this field. All the way at the other end of this field, the 98 machine of Presley Sora picked up his first win of the season in our first race of the season, sitting atop the points standings. Last week's race winner, Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers not here tonight. We do have a possibility of seeing a new winner on the season, but we also have a possibility that Presley Sora gonna win this thing, not only win this race, but walk away with the points lead. Jeff Mills in that 89 machine, starting deep in the field here. The Indianapolis long race. One guaranteed pit stop here, as they do not have enough fuel to go the entire distance. We'll just have to see how this all works out. The field makes its way through turn 4 and onto the front stretch. Pace car gonna peel off. Race leader has full control of the field when the pace car is down and away. And the 98's gonna get on the throttle here early, and away we go as the green flag is out, and Presley Sora and that Indy Autosport 98 machine gonna send it off into turn 1 with the clear advantage. Nathan right behind him in the 31. Brandon Sheffield slotting into third place here. Fourth for the moment, going to the 77 of Kyle Martinson. But already Austin Burdick and Alan Wilson going side by side down the back stretch. Burdick on the high side. Wilson in the 83 down on the inside, and the 83 machine gonna move in to 5th place. Roger Gregory in the 67. Could be 6.7 as I try and look at the number here. It is a 6.7. Budweiser backed machine. Right now he finds himself in 7th place. But Presley Sora, your race leader, drifting through turn 2 and onto the backstretch. He has Nathan Jurgensen right on his back bumper, trying to track him down. Tire wear going to be a factor here tonight. Several drivers reporting in after 6 laps. Their tires already down to 80%. And we are now on lap number 3. 2 laps in the books. Presley Sora leading both those completed laps. Check in a little bit deeper in the field. The 89 machine, Jeff Mills, sharing the points lead with our race leader. Mills, for the moment, sitting in 12th place. He has a lot of work cut out for him. With this big Indianapolis Motor Speedway and these K&N cars, affords him some time to try and make some moves. Jeff Mills, one of those drivers that I have noticed tries to take care of his tires very early on in a run and then makes up a whole lot of time later on as everyone's tires start to wear out. He is able to hold back a little bit, have a little bit extra in the tires, a little bit extra grip compared to everyone else. So we'll see Jeff Mills making his way to the front before too long, I am sure. Tail end of the field, the 71 machine, that is Rocky Hartpence as we go on aboard with the 71. Rocky, who started this race in 16th spot, has lost 2 positions since the start of that. Just ahead of him is the 10 of Ed Kane. Kane sitting in 17th place. Robbie Hartpence in the 11 machine just now into 16th place. Robbie's going to send it off into turn number 1. He is trying to track down the 48 of Curtis Yancey. Yancey in that 48 machine all over the back bumper of the 25 Jackson Trend. Trend fending him off for the moment. In Indianapolis, with these long straightaways, does lend itself to making sure that you have good exits on each corner, turn 2 and turn 4. We go on aboard with the 25 of Trend. Jason Jackson in that Kodiak 86 machine just ahead. You see a run's been developed here by Jackson. And the 6.7 machine, that is Roger Gregory, not having a very good run. The 48, Curtis Yancey, spectacular run, but he's going to be sideways through turn 1. Saves it. Holds on to 13th place. Roger Gregory falling to 15th in that 6.7 machine. Lawrence Shaughnessy right now, that 9 machine, in 11th place. Indy Autosport on the hood of that race car, not just the hood, I shouldn't say the hood, on the fenders and the back bumper. I do know my car anatomy from time to time. And already the 89 machine of Jeff Mills has made it up into 8th place. When last we checked in on him, he was sitting in 12th, so he has passed 4 cars in a hurry. Right now, he is 7.5 seconds off the race lead. Last time around, he turned a 54.509. Our race leader turning a 54.198. Third place driver, that is the 96 of Brandon Sheffield. Sheffield starting to lose ground to Nathan and Presley, but the 77 of Kyle Martinson trying to close in on him. Fastest lap by our race leader, the 98 of Presley Sora, 53.897. He so far has turned the fastest lap of the race. But his last time around was a 54.297. It's almost a half-second fall off here in just 8 laps. Not even 8 laps, like 7.34s. 3/4. Now we're into turn 4 of 4. 98 machine Presley Sora trying to outrun Nathan Jurgensen. Nathan sitting a comfortable 0.5 seconds behind the 98. That is not a lot of breathing room for Presley Sora. Presley getting a little bit sideways here. These K&N cars have always liked to be hung out. Very dependent on the side force. That is why they are shaped oddly. All about getting the side force on the right side of the car. Trying to make that side of the car as flat as possible. Meanwhile, Austin Burdick in the 97 and the 18 of Jeremy Root, both going to get by the 77 of Kyle Martinson. So Martinson falling to 7th place. As drivers start to lose a little bit of the freshness off the tires, we're starting to see a few comers and goers. Austin Burdick Jeremy Root moving their way to the front. Kyle Martinson trending backwards now. The 89 of Jeff Mills really closing in on Kyle Martinson. Austin Burdick under pressure from the 18 of Root. They make their way onto the back stretch. The 83 machine of Alan Wilson. Right now he's sitting in a 4th place. Looking out the back of this machine, racetoolsdirect.com on the deck lid and on the hood. Red spoiler, red trim. This car looking very sharp in my opinion. I do like me a black and red race car. Alan Wilson sitting in 4th place. Austin Burdick just 1 second behind him. Burdick is trying to close in on him. Not quite able to get a tremendous run up off the corner just yet. Started 18 cars here tonight. All 18 cars still out on a track. Rocky Hartpence right now in 18th place. He is 15.5 seconds behind the race leader. And Presley Sora starting to fuel that 31 machine of Nathan Jurgensen, as Jurgensen down on the inside. For the first time, we have a new race leader as the 31 makes the pass and heads off into turn number 3. Presley Sora in the 98. Now for the first time following a car. You see that 98 with a big wiggle coming off of turn 3. But off of turn number 4 and down onto the front stretch. The 31 going to lead his first lap of the race. Now Presley Sora playing catch up. Really, both these cars quite a lot of yaw into the corner, and you can see that by just how much the left side tire is down on the white line, but the left rear tire is way above the white line. That just lets you know that car is all but out of control through the corner. They have that in a controlled slide. And it really sticks that right rear out in the side force style of air. Helps keep it straight. Using the side of the car as big old flat surface to help straighten it out. Curtis Yancey in the 48 machine, starting to hound the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. We go on aboard with the 48. Yancey trying to track down Shaughnessy, working the wheel back and forth, just trying to keep the rear end underneath him. Down the back stretch into turn number 3. We got one out of shape. That is the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Martinson going to gather it back in, but not before the 66 of Nick Barisi. Going to be able to get a good run down to the inside through turn 1. And now the 66 into 8th place. Martinson falling to 9th. Kyle Martinson, who started in 4th place, now finds himself sitting in ninth, in desperate need of 4 fresh tires. And so if my notes are correct, nobody can make it on fuel from here. And if this stays green the entire way, I almost expect to see everybody try and split this up into a 1 pit stop race and hit pit road around the halfway mark, lap 25 or so. Brandon Sheffield flashing past Austin Burdick, Jeremy Root. Sheffield still holding on to 3rd place. Burdick and Root, right now they're in 4th and 5th. As we go on aboard with the 96 of Sheffield, he's really lost contact with Nathan and Presley. Now sitting 3.6 seconds behind Presley Sora. 4.8 seconds back behind our race leader, Nathan Jurgensen. Jeremy Root in the 18 has been hounding the 97 of Austin Burdick, but just been unable to get any momentum to get around this 97. They have been nose to tail for so many laps now. They have made their way around Alan Wilson. Wilson now into 6th place. And Jeff Mills in the 89 machine starting to close in on Wilson. Mills just 8.3 seconds off our race leader. He has lost a second in the last 6 to 7 laps to our race leader. Jeff Mills turning a 55.340 last time around. Nathan Jurgensen turning a 55.368. Austin Burdick, though, one of the fastest drivers out on the track the last time around with a 55.187. As Mills down in the inside, he's going to make the pass heading off into turn number 3. Alan Wilson going to tuck in behind him. The 89 of Mills continues to march forward and now finds himself in 6th place. Burdick in the 97, really starting to close in on the 96 of Sheffield. That is going to be a battle for 3rd place. Jeremy Root in the 18, right there in 5th. As we go on aboard with Root down the Indianapolis backstretch, he's going to send it off into turn number 3 here, and we're going to get to watch him work this wheel as he tries to keep the car straight. A very loose car. You can see as he went into the corner already counter steering, but Root holding on to it. So far, this field doing an outstanding job of keeping this loose K&N race car in check. '71 of Rocky Hartpence has made his way around Ed Kane. Alex Harris in the 74 machine has just pulled onto pit road, and I believe that 74 did so on the flatbed. But our race leader Nathan Jurgensen has now pulled out to a 3.2 second lead over Presley Sora. He is really starting to stretch his legs and open up a huge gap on the field. We're nearing the halfway point. 5 more laps till we reach our midpoint of the race. And Nathan's starting to get out into his own little zip code. That is going to be very beneficial for him. Having all that time will allow him to have a little bit of buffer room for pit road, but one of these drivers is going to try and be the first one on the pit road, and we might see a short pit happen here as Alex Harris is going to get rolling. He has lost 1 lap. In danger of losing a 2nd lap. It's a 74 machine getting up to speed down on the apron. The 31 gonna flash past. But now the 74 of Harris, if he's got 4 fresh tires, we're gonna see just how much faster that is going to make him. As Brandon Sheffield gonna fall back behind, and the caution flag gonna come out. Curtis Yancey in the 48 pointed the wrong direction. And our first caution flag of the night is gonna fly. Go to our turn 3 instant replay here. The 48 tagging the wall in the short chute and just can't get back into control of it, smacking the left front with that outside wall. That is going to bring out our first caution of the night. That will bunch the field up, and it will send everyone down pit road. Alex Harris going to receive the waiver round. He is the only car 1 lap down. But as the field gets caught up to the pace car, pit road about to be a very busy place. Presley Sora led for the first 11 laps. Nathan Jurgensen has led for the next 11. And everybody looking and eyeballing pit road as here comes the field. 4 fresh tires. Top it off with fuel. The 31 machine leading all the field onto pit road. Drivers into their pit stalls. Like I said, 4 tires and fuel for this field. We still have all 18 cars out on track. Alex Harris in the 74 machine waved around the pace car. He is going to get caught back up to the field. He will still be 1 lap down, but the race off of pit road won by the 31 and Nathan Jurgensen. Presley Sora coming off 2nd, 3rd, Austin Burdick. Brandon Sheffield 4th, and rounding out your top 5 will be the 83 of Alan Wilson. So with that, guys, we're going to step away for a minute, take a little bit of a break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the lights have gone out on the pace car, we get lined up and ready to fire them off once again. Field working its way through turns 3 and 4, currently through the short chute on to turn number 4. The pace car gonna duck down, get out of the way, and we're gonna get back after it. So here we go. One caution so far here tonight. That is coming to a close. And the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen getting on the throttle as the green flag waves. Presley Sora in the 98 did not get a good jump. The 97 of Austin Burdick down to his inside. Sora, though, going to close the door as Sora drove in deep into turn 1. Burdick checked up a little bit. He's going to lose some ground, and now we got another one in trouble. Hard into the wall, but looks like he sorted it out, and I believe that was the 86 machine, but I could be wrong. Or I mean, I'm sorry, the 96 of Sheffield. Sheffield is going to lose a spot here, and he's going to fall all the way down to 7th place. Austin Burdick finding himself in 3rd. Alan Wilson in the 83 machine sitting in 4th. Rounding out your top 5. Jeremy Root in the 18 machine. But Nathan Jurgensen, Presley Sora picking up kind of where they left off, just a little bit closer to each other right at the moment. Meanwhile, down the backstretch, we got drivers going side by side, 2 wide. That is the 18 machine, Jeremy Root, down to the inside of the 83, Alan Wilson. Wilson going to let him go on by. Now he's going to tuck in as he's going to have to deal with Jeff Mills in that 89 machine. I thought we were going to see Wilson get sideways. Caught my breath up a little bit there. But Mills now going to crack the top 5 for the first time as he runs door to door with Jeremy Root up in 4th place. And the 96 going to try and make it 3 wide. Sheffield wisely backing out of that one. Wilson and Mills were leaving just enough room, and Sheffield thought I could probably squeeze in there. Good thing he lifted. That would have been very tight, very disastrous. And now Mills again on that inside lane. He's going to get the run up off of the corner. Completes the pass on Wilson. Wilson going to lose a spot to Sheffield in the process. So now Wilson going backwards. Here comes Lawrence Shaughnessy in the 9. He's going to try and make the move. He's got his nose to the inside. And again, Wilson finding himself on the outside of turn number 1. And that is really breaking his momentum or any hope of getting through these corners quickly and allowing everyone to get a run on the straightaways. And now Wilson looking to try and return some lost ground. He's going to take a peek to the inside of Shaughnessy. Nick Barisi in that 66 Miller Light Machine, watching this battle take place. Kyle Martinson in the 77 making his way to the inside of the 25 of Jackson Trin. That is the 11 of Robbie Hartpence, open to try and squeeze by as well. Jackson gonna close the door on Robbie in that 11 machine. Now here comes the 6.7 of Roger Gregory. Gregory to the inside of Hartpence. Hartpence going to go way up high into turn 3. Alex Harris in that 74 machine. He is 1 lap down. Lost 2 laps. Making his way onto pit road. Got one of them back with the wave around from the caution. Now he's in need of another caution to get back on the lead lap and get back into this thing. Jackson started in 15th. Right now he finds himself in a 14th, battling with the 77 of Kyle Martinson. Martinson, who started all the way up into 4th place, has been falling backwards since the drop of the green flag. We'll see if Kyle can start making his way forward, regain some lost positions. Check in back towards the front of the field. 3rd place right now, Austin Burdick in the 97 machine. USAFirearms.com all over that thing with a kind of an American flag of paint scheme going on. Red, white, and blue on it. Beautiful white and red stripes down the side of that 97 machine. Tonight's aerial coverage is provided by Edward Kane CPA. Check them out at edkanecpa.com. They just so happen to be tonight's namesake for this 50-lap race at Indianapolis. Your race leader continues to be the 31 of Nathan Jurgensen. He is now led for 22 laps. And with 17 laps to go, being out front, not a bad place to be. The field getting single file here, as it was really scrambled. Everyone fighting for positions, trying to make passes while the tires were fresh. Everyone was bunched up. One of those drivers who lost a lot of ground, the 83 of Alan Wilson. He is still trying to figure out how to get around the 9 of Lawrence Shaughnessy. So during this 8-race season, there is a championship pot thrown into the mix. Ooh, that's Curtis Yancey gonna get sideways, clip that wall coming out of turn number 2, but he's gonna gather it back in. Jeremy Root in the 18 machine got a run off of turn number 2, and he's going to pass Austin Burdick. Jeff Mills in the 89, now trying to get to the back bumper of the 97. Excuse me there. As I was saying, this 8-race season does have a championship pot. You take first place in the point standings, you're going to earn an extra $50. Second place getting $30, third place getting $20. Jeff Mills, Presley Soares, Scott Lamp all looking to cash in on that. Scott Lamp not making it out here tonight. Presley Soares sitting in second place, looking like he is going to take away this championship lead as he and Jeff Mills came into tonight tied. But the 89 of Mills made his way up into 5th place, and he is knocking on the door for 3rd and 4th. But the 31 machine, Nathan Jurgensen, with 14 laps to go, starting to try and pull away from the 98 of Presley Soares. Make sure you all stick around for after the race. We will be having our post-race demolition derby. We'll make sure to get in all the destruction of these K&N cars that we can. But the 31 machine is led for 25 laps here tonight. Looking to add another one to his tally. The 31 making his first start of the season, missing the first 2 races. So Nathan coming in, already used up his 2 drop weeks, if you will. He can make these next 6 races, have just as good a shot as anyone at this points championship. And what a way to kick off your championship run than do so with a race win. These 3 cars, the 18, the 97, and the 89, they are still going after it. Jeremy Root holding on to 3rd place. Austin Burdick in the 97, trying to take it away from him. Root in that 18 machine spent most of this race trailing behind the 97. Now has finally figured out how to get around him. Jeff Mills asking to see his notes. Mills wants a way around the 97. Austin Burdick, no slouch behind the wheel. Looks like maybe he is lurking a little bit, hoping to wrestle away 3rd place from Jeremy Root. Root has gone 4.1 seconds off the race lead. Presley Soares in the 98 machine, keeping that 31 within striking distance. We have 11 laps to go here at Indianapolis. Curtis Yancey in the 48. The 86 machine, that is Jason Jackson. Ooh, as we got one all the way down into the grass. That is Alan Wilson in the 83. Wilson gonna save it. Well, that was a big moment as Lawrence Shaughnessy trying to break the draft. Let's back that up, take another look at that. The 96 machine getting into the wall, and that is exactly what happened. Brandon Sheffield getting into the wall, pulled it off the wall, and Alan Wilson just happened to be in the wrong place, wrong time, but both drivers able to make it through. I thought at the angle that camera was at when we were live, looked like Lawrence Shaughnessy trying to break the draft. Good heads-up driving by Alan Wilson as he went through the grass. He was able to hold on to it. Nick Barisi right there, though, unable to capitalize, had a shot, but Allen now starting to pull away from that 66. Sheffield in the 96 machine, not looking too worse for the wear, but the 48 of Curtis Yancey getting loose coming up off the corner, and the caution flag gonna fly once again. Go to our turn 3 instant replay. Curtis Yancey in the 48, just gonna get loose, trying to catch it, gets turned around backwards, gets on the binders, brings it to a stop right in front of our pit camera. Jackson Trin on his inside, but the 48 of Yancey just getting loose, overcorrecting. Everyone taking evasive action to get around. Final look at this one. We go on board with Robbie Hartpence. 48 just ahead, gets up out of the gray, starts to get loose, tries to save it, overcorrects, gets into the wall, and the caution flag going to fly. And now the field going to get caught up, and I expect to see everyone 4 tires onto pit lane. Ford Mustang pace car out in front of this field. Only our second caution of the night. Have had 1 lead change. Presley Sora led for the first 11 laps, and it has been all Nathan Jurgensen in the 31 machine. He is locked up leading the most laps here tonight, and now he leads the field onto pit road. Cone abuse. Someone has taken out the cone. That's all right. We won't report him to the authorities. I don't like that cone either. The 74 of Alex Harris receiving the free pass. He is going to get back onto the lead lap. The 97 overshooting his pit stall. He is having a hard time getting in to his pit box. That is going to cost him a lot of time. And the race off of pit road, down and away, Presley Sora, Nathan Jurgensen side by side at the line. Austin Burdick losing all kinds of positions. And the 31 machine going to be scored as the one winning the race off of pit road. But Austin Burdick, disastrous pit stop, disaster trying to get into his pit stall. He is going to come out in 12th place. So with the 31 catching up to the pace car, we're going to take this moment. We're going to step away. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to bring you the finish 2 our eSpeed Sport eCaneCPA.com at Indianapolis.
Once again, photo finish here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerit at the line.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for joining me here tonight as we are about ready to wrap up this race. 5 laps to go, 4 when they take the green flag. They work their way through turn 4 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Nathan Jurgensen on the inside. On his outside, the 98 of Presley Sora. Pace car getting out of the way, and we get ready to go back. Green flag race. Nathan gets on the throttle, and away we go. Side by side, this field is. Everyone back on the lead lap. Curtis Yancey in the 48 brought out our second caution of the night. He has gotten back out there, but he is on the tail end of this field. But Nathan Jurgensen in the 31 wasting no time trying to shoot out in front of Presley Sora. And with 4 laps to go, you better believe action is going to be hot and heavy for these next 4 laps. The 31 diving down to the inside, trying to break the draft. Presley Sora having none of it. Jeff Mills in the 89 machine. He is looking like he is wanting to crack the podium. He is trying to continue his march forward. Started all the way in to 14th spot. Has been moving forward throughout this entire night. The 89 machine, Jeff Mills. Now he's going to try and get a run off the 18 of Jeremy Root. Big time sideways, but he is able to carry the speed and the momentum. And Jeff Mills, for the first time, into third place here tonight. Another podium finish if he can hold on to it for that 89 machine. Presley Sora just in front of him. If you guys remember, they came into tonight's event tied for the championship lead, and now they are running second and third place. That is a very close championship battle between those two. Your race leader, Nathan Jurgensen, in the 31, trying to hold off the 98 of Presley Sora. Nathan in his first start of the season, trying to win his first race in his first start. But Presley Sora not going to let him have an easy go of it, as we're going to have 2 more laps to go here at Indianapolis. Make sure you guys stick around for the end of this race. Afterwards, we're going to have a demolition derby. We will be calling that race as well. All happening right here at Indianapolis. 2 laps to go for the 31 machine. Jason Jackson in the 86. He is tucked in behind the 77. We do have a few cars side by side. That is the 74 of Alex Harris, who has just gotten back on the lead lap, fighting tooth and nail, trying to make hay while he can. The 11 machine, that is Robbie Hartpence down to his inside. And Harris going to hold on to the outside lane and slots in front of the 11 of Robbie. Rocky Hartpence in that 71 just in front of them. Then the 25 of Jackson Trend. Jackson finding himself in a 14th place. We are on our final lap here at Indianapolis. Nathan Jurgensen down to the inside, trying to snake his way down the backstretch. Presley Sora right there with him, but unable to make anything. Down into turn number 3 for the final time. The 31 machine makes his way into turn number 4. Off of turn number 4 cleanly. Checkered flag in the air. Can he get it? Looks like he is going to win here at Indianapolis. The eCaneCPA.com winner, Nathan Jurgensen, in that 31 after leading for 39 laps. He is going to get it done here tonight. Presley Sora going to bring it home in second place. And Jeff Mills in the 89 machine, after starting deep in the field, going to bring it home in third place. Your race winner getting a congratulatory spin by the 18 of Jeremy Root. Several cars already torn up. The 48 machine has jammed that left front all the way up into the fender. Now he's going to have a little bit of demo derby with the 25 of Jackson Trend. The 6.7 machine, that is Roger Gregory. He ended up in 10th place. So while they get ready for this demo derby, let's go ahead and go through our race results. Nathan Jurgensen, your race winner. Presley Sora bringing it home in second. Third place going to Jeff Mills. Jeremy Root fourth. Fifth will be Nick Barisi. Lawrence Shaughnessy sixth. Seventh place Austin Burdick. Eighth going to be Alan Wilson. Ninth place going to Brandon Sheffield. Roger Gregory finishing in 10th. 11th Kyle Martinson. 12th Jason Jackson. 13th place, Rocky Hartpence. 14th will be the 74 of Alex Harris. Curtis Yancey in the 48 machine, going to finish in 15th. 16th, Jackson Trin. 17th, Robbie Hartpence. 18th, Edward Kane. And now that the victory celebration is over, it is time to tear these cars up, and the Demo Derby has started on a big shunt. Ed Kane from left field. Oh man, he is making hard impact. Lawrence Shaughnessy, he is decapacitated. Oh, he's got it going. He's got no steering, but he ain't giving up. Oh my goodness, the 86 coming out of left field. The 96 coming in. Ed Kane on his roof. Oh, it's mayhem. It's calamity. It's awesome. The 71 of Rocky Hartpence, he gets rolling forward. The 86 machine, that is Jason Jackson. Oh, he's torn up. The 96 rolling away. But Ed Kane just being abused. The 31 trying to pretend to be a skateboard. He's stuck on a Healy grind. Robbie Hartpence giving a little bit of a love tap to Rocky Hartpence. And here comes Alex Harris. He has got something against his front bumper. He does not want that thing attached. Oh my gosh, the destruction on the front stretch. Someone get Nathan off that wall. He is trying desperately to unhook that thing. He has got the left front hanging over the wall. Meanwhile, the 96 of Shaughnessy, I'm sorry, that is Brandon Sheffield. He's getting another run at it. Oh no, the 86 sitting duck. Oh, and he gets sandwiched. Oh, and Robbie just gonna send Ed Kane some love. Oh, I'm sorry, that is no longer Ed Kane. That is Shaughnessy in the 9. Ed Kane has finally gotten up on his 4 tires. Well, column 2. Oh, he's gonna pop a wheelie. We do have another one upside down. Hard to see who that is from here. That is the 83 machine of Alan Wilson. Robbie Hartpence no longer having steering. Shaughnessy having a hard time steering. Look at the 66 of Nick Barisi. He's just got his foot pegged to the floor. No steering, and it looks like Nick Barisi gonna call it. He is an early exit on this Demo Derby. Jeremy Root in the 18 machine. He is looking very wounded out there. He's trying to grab a gear, trying to get rolling. Now he's got something. He's got some forward momentum. On the 74 of Harris, just coming in and destroying that DuPont Chevrolet. Jeremy Root doing all he can as we go on board with the 18 of Root. Jeremy Root finishing 4th in the race, but man, he's got a shot at winning this Demo Derby. The 86 flashing into your screen there, that is Jason Jackson. Rubber all over this front stretch. Nathan Jurgensen, who's been hung out on that wall, is having a hard time moving. Got a few cars that look like they have stalled out. The 71 machine of Rocky Hartpence still got something going. The 86 trying to slam into somebody, only ends up hitting the concrete wall. And I'll tell you what, that thing don't care if you hit it. And Nathan Jurgensen is out of this one. He has gone to the garage. He is done. He wins the race, but not the Demolition Derby. We still got a few cars rolling around out there. Jason Jackson in the 86. He is in full burnout mode, and he continues to move. Edward Kane in the 10, after hanging out upside down for most of this thing. He's still got a shot at it. Oh, is the 86 gonna run over his own front tire, launching himself into the air? And Ed Kane looks like he is done. And that is gonna make it Jason Jackson, your unofficial Demolition Derby winner. So Jason Jackson finishes 12th in the race and unofficially wins your Demo Derby. So guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight at Turn 3 Racing Network. Man, oh man, thank you so much for joining me for the Demo Derby. As you can see, up in the front stretch, they have destroyed the pavement. They are going to have to spend weeks, maybe even years repairing that. But guys, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you give this broadcast a thumbs up. It really lets the drivers know you appreciated the show that they put on for you here tonight. Make sure you join us next week for the Monster 75 at Dover. That will be next Wednesday night. Race number 4, almost halfway through the season. And guys, until then, y'all stay safe, have a good time, and I look forward to seeing you next week.